Day 3. The first tool. The third day dawned with a renewed sense of energy. The shelter was still their primary focus, but they were beginning to understand that they needed more than just a place to sleep. They needed tools, weapons, and ways to manipulate the world around them. Amora was the first to suggest it. We need something to cut with, something sharper than stones. If we can find a way to shape the stones, we could make blades. Ethan agreed. But how do we do that? We need to find something that can chip away at the stones without breaking them. Lua had an idea. The harder stones might work. We could strike one against another, see if we can break off sharp pieces. They spent the morning experimenting. They gathered different types of stones from the stream and the surrounding area, testing their hardness by striking them against each other. It was slow work, but eventually, they found a combination that worked: a dark, hard stone that, when struck against a lighter, softer one, produced sharp flakes. Ethan held up one of the flakes, its edge sharp enough to cut through the skin of his thumb when he tested it. "This will work," he said, showing it to the others. "We can use these to cut branches, to shape wood, even to defend ourselves if needed." Amora took the flake from him, examining it closely. "It's not perfect, but it's a start. We can make more, try to refine them." The rest of the day was spent making tools. They chipped away at stones, creating sharp flakes that could be used as knives or scrapers. They also began to experiment with shaping wood, using the stone flakes to carve and smooth branches. It was hard work, but they were beginning to understand how to manipulate the materials around them. Meanwhile, Darren and Kira continued to work on the cave, making it more comfortable and functional. They used the stone flakes to scrape away rough patches on the walls and floor, creating a more livable space. They also began to think about how they could use the cave as a place of refuge if danger ever came. Elan and Myra focused on food, using the stone flakes to help with hunting and preparing the animals they caught. They also gathered more berries and began to experiment with drying them, hoping to find a way to preserve them for later use. Talon and Naira returned from their scouting with more news. They had found a grove of fruit trees not far from the stream: apples, pears, and something resembling plums. This was a major discovery, providing them with another source of food that could be gathered and stored. That evening, as they gathered around the fire to eat, there was a sense of excitement in the air. The tools they had created were rudimentary, but they represented a significant step forward. They were no longer just surviving, they were beginning to shape their world. "We're getting better at this," Ethan said as they ate. "We're learning how to use what's around us, how to turn it to our advantage." Amora nodded, her eyes bright with enthusiasm. "And we're becoming more than just a group of people. We're becoming a community, a society. We're working together, building something that will last." The others agreed, their spirits lifted by the progress they had made. As the third night fell, they slept soundly, their bodies tired but their minds filled with the possibilities of what they could achieve.